Dear Music Store TV viewers, very welcome here in our nice shop in Cologne. It's Tuesday, right?
I hope so.
I think so. And we're here in the department of the recording per audio section in our really nice shop, and I'm very pleased and happy to have one innovator, really incredible microphones here, Mr. RØDE himself. So very welcome to our shop.
Thank you very much. Thank you for inviting me. It's fantastic to be here, and the weather is incredible. It's like being in Australia with this kind of temperature. I'm impressed.
Australia? Yeah, you're coming from?
The weather's so nice here today, you know.
So that's the first question. You're coming from Australia, right?
Australia. That's where I have my factory, and that's where I live. Yeah.
So I would like to ask you some questions about your origins. Where does the name is coming from? Why you jumped into this microphone market where you're really so famous in, and everybody who's recording and was recording once in his life was so close to your products, because we all know about the warm sound. Now I'm really deep into the thing.
Yeah, I mean, the history of RØDE goes back. My father was an audio engineer, and I mean, he's born in London. I was born in Stockholm, and we came to Australia in 1966. But since I was born, I have always been around professional audio equipment. I know nothing else. That's from my first memories. Not so much microphones. We did some recording, but we sold mainly PA systems. And my father had the first professional sound store in Australia, in Sydney. And I actually started RØDE. My father passed away in '87. I started RØDE right afterwards, and in the beginning, it was a way to try and do more business. You know, I love recording and I love microphones, but it was a way to do more business, and it was the right place at the right time. That's the truth. Microphones, recording microphones, were just starting to be needed in large quantities because of, say, ADAT, that kind of technology, and now people wanted it because they could do good recording at home. And there was no low-cost microphones, and that's what I had. I offered a microphone that was maybe the Neumann or the Sennheiser was 2,000. Mine was 500, and it was good quality. So we built the brand from that. Yeah. So
the idea was to produce something which is affordable for every musician, because Neumann, that was only in the early years affordable only for people with big studios.
Yeah, and they, I mean, I still have great regard for them. They made and still make some beautiful equipment. In the beginning, the microphone that I sold, I don't know if I specifically thought that was the target. You know, I had a good product at a good price, and I had a shop, and we sold them. But by being, you know, I'm an engineer, and I love the industry and I love the technology. So slowly I improved it, because I just wanted to make better and better and better quality, and the market expanded. So it kind of worked together from starting at this low end, and then the market expands. I'm able to do more technology myself to where we are today. We make, I know, the best microphone technology in the world.
Well, your products are a big help for every musician, so you have to be in touch with musicians. Sure. Do you play an instrument?
No, I don't. I'm what they call a frustrated musician, and basically that's a lazy musician. So I have tried every instrument, but I don't like being bad for a long period, so I give it up. You know.
What instrument was it? A guitar?
You name it. I have drums, guitar, keyboards, the lot. I mean, now it's funny. My children, I made sure that they had to continue, and so my daughter plays beautiful piano, and my son is a percussionist. Not now, my son's a pilot, but they learnt. They were made to practice. I wasn't made to practice.
So in the years when the Beatles stopped playing live, everybody did some records, and then the record companies were bigger and bigger, and they had really nice and amazing studios, and there was the period, the era, where musicians sold so many CDs or even records, and then this market was the first important market for your products, the studios. Yeah,
but the big market came when people could have the recording studio at home. My memory of home recording, the first 4-track, you know, on cassette, which was terrible, but it was for demos. You don't need a good microphone. You could use any cheap dynamic. When the ADAT came out, you now could pull a good sound, low noise, wide response. Of course, today, compared to the sampling rates, it's not high technology, but it was a revolution. And so for the first time, people could have a small studio, nice little mixer, one of those ADATs, a good little reverb, digital reverb, but they needed mics, and they weren't available. So that was my opportunity to jump in, and we did.
And which product was the first step into this market?
We had a microphone called the NT1. We've had multiple NT1s over the years. This is 23 years ago. And yeah, that's the very first one. Then we came with the NT2, and we were actually buying a lot of the parts in. We weren't doing it all. We were doing electronics. We were doing a sub-assembly. And then about 5 years later, we found that we could make it all in Australia. So then we went and started gearing up to do the technology in-house. And that's when we became a real manufacturer. So a lot of people don't know, but you know, we are now one of the world's largest manufacturers, and we do make it in-house in Sydney. I have 150 people in Sydney, many robotic machines. As I was saying, we have equipment that no other microphone manufacturer has, and I can afford it due to the volume. Some custom machines. You've got to come and have a look one day. You would be so surprised.
So, and the first product, the NT1, is still available?
In another form. Yeah, it's now the NT1 is the world's largest selling recording mic, and it's spectacular. In fact, it's very difficult to come up with something that's more expensive and you want to say, well, this is better, because when you listen to the NT1, it's so good, even though it's, I think, what, 180 euro or something. I can put a 2,000 euro mic next to it and I go, I can't really hear.
There's no big difference.
No. I know.
I know it too.
You know, so, but that's cool. And I'm not going to pretend that you know, you spend more money and it's going to give you that much more. That's why it sells, you know, thousands and thousands a month. And we do 500,000 microphones a year now. And I remember dreaming of selling 500 microphones a year. So to talk 500,000 we'll go to 1 million. I know it. It won't be very long.
But you're a businessman, but you are working on the socialization of music, because now everybody is able to record at home.
Yeah.
That's really amazing. So it's not for a small part of the world, it's really made for everybody. And I can see more and more that the border between live and studio is, well, is no longer there. There's no limit between these two spaces. And your products are in here and in there. So that's really amazing also for your company for the next years.
Yeah, there's a lot of opportunities. What I love today compared with, say, 20, 30 years ago, now children are taught at school. They're taught video production, audio production. They know shotguns, they know cameras, they do short films, they sing, they do, you know, USB into the computer. It's exploded. I don't think there will be a young person today who hasn't used the gear. How fantastic is that? Never mind the business side of it. It's just so good, you know, and podcasting, it's part of our life. Everything about it, you know, teachers, schools, universities, and of course musicians. And it allows people to get involved. Some people get upset where somebody will sit at home and be able to sing like karaoke along with it. But why not? Why not make music if it makes you happy as a hobby? So I think there's nothing but a positive aspect to that. I think it's fantastic.
There's another thing. The sellings of CDs or MP3 are going down. So much more important now for your artists are the are live concerts. Yeah. So maybe there could be a step back into the old days, like PA, thinking about microphones for live applications. I know that everybody is using the NT5 overhead or hi-hat recording. What's about live microphones? Yeah, much more, a bigger range of that?
Yeah, I mean, I love live. I did a lot of mixing of bands in the 70s. You know, I think I can remember it. Well, it's very difficult, but it was fun. But the live scene worldwide, it's hard now. Venues with licensing laws, noise laws, also the production that the audience wants. They expect a fantastic sound, a fantastic light. It's expensive, so it's not what it was before. It wasn't hard for multiple bands to get up on stage. And I remember I saw AC/DC when I was a kid at my local pub, and there would have been 4 other bands on that day. And then you go tomorrow to another place, and there was all this Midnight Oil, you know, one after for hundreds of bands, but the PA was all right, and now it's too complex, it's too expensive, so it's going. And there's no money in it. Those guys didn't make any money then either. Maybe a hamburger and a beer, but the whole thing's changed. The high-end musicians, the only way for them, of course, is to do touring, and that's they sell T-shirts and bits and pieces. But I know many famous musicians from many years ago, and they would make a great revenue from royalties, and it's now maybe even 1/10. They can't make any money anymore, and they're getting older. It's hard. I don't know what the future for these people will be, but there's more music listened to than ever before, but nobody pays for it. Eventually, I think it'll change. I know it's not hard to predict it, of course. With Spotify and all these other delivery systems, everybody will pay a very small fee, and they just need to be able to drift it out to people more. And I think we're just in between. Eventually, there will be revenue.
So now we talk about the future.
Yeah.
What do you think about what will happen in your company in the next 10 years? What's the vision of
I'll be 100 years old.
Oh, come on, it's not true. But so with your technologies, with your power you have, your knowledges, what could be done in the next few years?
Yeah.
You know microphones very well. It's already the top. But what's else possible?
Well, this is the thing. If I could show you what we're doing now, you're right, it's a very exciting time for me. I have a few loves. I love music, but I love technology. And now I have the money to invest in machinery and very, very high technology. We're just installing an anechoic chamber, the test measurement room. It's the best in the industry, hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars. We've also just had a new robotic capsule transducer machine installed, which machines to nanometer tolerances. Nobody does this, and that's where I'm seeing the changes for us. We're able to do a precision microphones that are, when people talk about matched, well, these will be so closely matched, every single one of them, things like that. And again, lower price. So the performance will increase. Everything gets better and better and better. And so that's what I'm enjoying. And the categories, I have 100 ideas for products. It's just my engineers, they say, there's enough with the ideas. So we just have to finish what we're doing. But I have no shortage of funds. I've got the money, I've got the technology, I've got the ideas for the products. It's just time to do it, and do it properly. And we really focus as well on being relevant and backing the customer 100%. No matter what, we'll make sure that everybody is happy with the product, just like you guys do. It's no questions asked. You don't want it, we fix it up, we sort. No matter what. We've had people send in microphones and they've driven over in the car. We fix it. So you back the technology with the great service and innovation. Talk about a great future. That's what's coming from RØDE.
So there's no treasure chest where there's a preamp, a RØDE preamp inside, or a loudspeaker inside. I can feel you a little bit in this way, that you want to be concentrated on one thing and to do it as good as it's possible to do. Yeah,
I love. I love live music. So would I like to do a mixing console? Yeah. Sure. You want to shoot me? It's crazy. Speakers, of course, PA speakers. I love it, but it's insane. I already have one of the world's best brands. We have incredible technology. We have all. Why would I go and start something new when I haven't done that properly? Even though the madness in me wants to, I have to have some control. Otherwise, I don't do what I've got in front of me properly. So this is control. It's hard. Yeah. So maybe we'll make a car as well. You want to make a car? I want to make a car.
I think you could do it.
Yeah, because I can do it. But should I?
You have the strength to do it if you wanted to.
And my wife will kill me.
Maybe. Yeah. So on your treasure chest in the future is written RØDE on and inside the microphones for the entire world.
Yeah, I want to continue. There are so many areas of incredible microphone technology and accessories that's what I'm going to keep bringing in. And it'll be some very exciting product, definitely. Yeah.
Mr. Rode, thank you very much for everything, your answers.
Thank you, and thank you very much for supporting us. And you know, I wish all the people who watch this video, you know, the best, and to enjoy their art. And we're right behind you.
Thank you very much. Bye.